this not stunning or what? Down here. Lots of cars.
Speed bumps.
Ba-dum. Oh, I see a handicap space with my name on it.
It says Thai.
Out there amongst the trees. Okay. Now that we're all rested, we'll start back here where I thought I was videoing from originally. There are picnic tables out here and places to do barbecues. There's a playground. We came to see the spider lilies. I've been trying for 6 years to come here to see the spider lilies because they start on the weekend of my birthday. My birthday's in May, middle of May. And I came here in probably 2005, 2006 for the first time. I didn't like my job. I was depressed at the prospect of having to go back to work. I was just really distraught and upset about it. And I came to this place and walked the trail out to the observation platform and absolutely lost my mind. I cried. It was the most beautiful thing I ever saw. And I told my son that I wanted to be cremated when I passed away, and I wanted him to put a canoe in the water here and take that canoe with my ashes downriver, down the Catawba River, and scatter them amongst the rocky shoal spider lilies. So this is our adventure today. This is museum and gift shop. That little building is the restroom. And there's my friend Angel, who came to see me for my birthday, even though it's a little bit past my birthday. First person in my life who's ever gotten in a car or gotten on a plane and flew specifically to see me. So that makes me super, super happy. We've had a wonderful time. We went all over the place yesterday, and then we kind of passed out last night about 9:30. It was an exhausting day, and she'd only had an hour's sleep because she took the red eye from Denver. And so anyway, I'm going to turn the camera back around here. Being near the water is peaceful and healing. I think people underestimate how important it is to get out in nature. Watched a video the other day where this guy did some kind of electric voltmeter thing while he was barefoot on the earth, and the meter shot up to like 600 and something, I think. I don't know, I could be completely wrong. But anyway, from earthing, from touching the earth with your bare feet, there is an electromagnetic pulse in the soil, and it energizes you, it grounds you, it helps you feel calm. And nature and being out in nature is super, super, super important. Okay, this is the trailhead. A little bit about this park. This park is built around a set of locks and canals. You can see the rocks out in the middle of the river in places. When we get further down, it's just solid rocks all the way across. And they had to be able to get their cotton downriver to the mill. And so they dug all these canals and locks, which we'll be walking on in a little bit. And then out in the middle of the rocky shoals, they built an observation platform. I'm hoping there's still spider lilies at this time of year. It's a month past their prime, but I'm hoping there's still a few. But anyway, I'm going to turn this off for a second and walk a little bit till we find a canal. So this is a picture of the dam that used to be across here. And it says, as a boat approached the canal traveling south on the Catawba River, the patroon or riverboat pilot first saw the diversion dam. The dam consisted of piles of loose stone on the river bottom. The dam projected from the bank roughly 40 degrees and did not completely cross the river. It was designed simply to keep a sufficient water supply flowing through the canal when the river was low and to maintain an area of calm water to prevent boats from being swept into the shoals during floods. It's a beautiful rendition. See if I can hold my camera still and walk. Good thing I'm not chewing gum. We came on tours out here back in 2005, 2006, and we got to see bald eagles, I think it was. Babies in the nest. Ooh, here's the locks we're coming upon. How cool is this? Have you hugged your tree today? If you haven't, there's still time. Look at this. Is this not magnificent? This is called the guard lock. And this was the opening. The water came from down there and ran through here. And I'm not sure what they used. There's some kind of indentation in that rock there, and the same indentation on the stone actually from the other side. Look how those stones in the walls of the canal, look how they're pointed. Look at that. That was a lot of work to make that. That's incredible. So this is the entrance. During the 19th century, the rivers of the South Carolina Piedmont were notorious for flooding. This lock was used to safely lower boats into the canal when high river levels threatened to damage the banks and structures. During periods of normal water levels, the gates were often left open. The fine stonework seen here and along the rest of the canal was constructed by Irish masons under the direction of master contractor Robert Leckie of Scotland. Ooh, he could have been a relative of mine. I remember the first time I came here. Ooh, look at that giant tree that's like 2. And it's huge all the way up. It's got to be 100 feet tall. I could be wrong. I often am. But it's tall. Anyway, it was hot, the sun was shining, it was humid, and it was absolutely miserable. And I loved every minute of it. Today is beautiful. There's a nice breeze. It's overcast, so we're not burning up from the sun. It's still humid. And we're still a little tacky and sweaty, but it's incredible. I cannot remember the name of these purple flowers. There's some kind of flower here, something wart. And I don't know if that's it or not. Oh my goodness. This looks like it could be a lion's mane. I don't know. It looks like it's been eaten on a little bit. I can't keep it centered. I'm trying to look at it and look at the camera and it isn't working. But it looks like a lion's mane because that's the only mushroom that I know that grows in a big chunk like that, but it usually has little like hair-like things growing off the side of it. So down here is more of the canal, and I'm sure the canal was filled up to the banks. I don't know if these boats had flat bottoms or not. Interesting thought to entertain. Ooh, tree frog. Oh, look, you guys. It's moss. There's nothing more beautiful than moss. Maybe on the way back I'll snag a small piece of it to add to my collection. Oh, look here. Look here, and this is pretty much undone already. Just take a little bit of this, wash all the soil off, cut it up, and put it in a tray on top of some sphagnum moss. Beautiful. Oh, the roads, it's caving away here. Be careful, Angel. Oh, there's a beautiful black dragonfly. Where are you at? Okay, you are there. Now I got it in the middle of the screen. Isn't that incredible? She's got her wings together with her tail in the air. There we go. This is like more culvert to direct water down into the canal here. Okay, next time I come, we're bringing baggies.
Yeah.
Here's some more drainage space going under this bridge here that I'm standing on, coming back out the other side here over some big rocks and some little rocks. Oh my God, you guys, check this out. I believe that this is turkey tail mushrooms. Look how beautiful those are. Is that not absolutely incredible? Look at that. This one over here looks like a hand with about 7 fingers or 6. And it's on the whole log. How cool is that? What is this? Let's move that. That is so pretty. I love the rings and the coloring. And there's a bunch of itty bitty ones over here on the side, like little ears. When I was a little girl, my mom had this old-fashioned waffle maker, and it made square waffles, and if you put too much batter in it, it would kind of leak out into this little reservoir around the squares. And I called those ears, and they were my favorite part. They kind of looked like an ear. It was just this weird little shape, and I called them ears. That's what those little turkey tails remind me of, the ears of my mother's waffles. Oh my God. I want more moss. Okay, I know these look small because they are. They're like the size of my thumbnail. These are little bitty turkey tail mushroom starts. Nature is just freaking amazing. Absolutely beautiful in all her splendor and glory. Never forget the old adage, leaves of 3, let them be. That would be poison ivy. And leaves of 5, let them stay alive. So this is not poison ivy. I think it might be Virginia creeper. I'm not positive. Anybody know? Leave a note in the comments. I would love to hear from you. We're going to start at the cool end here. This is an adorable little moss. We're going to go up with some heart-shaped leaves that are really cool. More moss. This is the base of a tree that has fallen over. And it's all covered in moss. And now it's rotting. Here are some kind of little mushrooms there. Cute, cute, cute. And I mean, they're little, literally some of them are the size of the head of a pencil. I'm not sure what that is, but that's totally cool. And then down here are some little reddish looking ones. Don't know what they are. There's some more there. And all over there. Here's a couple there. Boy, this tree is hosting lots of life. We come further down here into the lit area, and it is covered, whoops, in moss. I think I'm going to shut my camera off so I can pay attention to where I'm walking, but that is totally cool. This is difficult to get a good shot of this because it doesn't matter what direction you point, there's glare. So this is not far from the guard lock. The canal passed under a wooden bridge. Cut stone abutments on each bank supported the simple wooden truss structure. This was the first of 4 bridges that crossed the canal on its 2-mile path beside the river. The ford here remained an important point to cross the river, and without these bridges, the canal would have proven an impediment to its traditional route. Ooh, somebody picked up some moss. Wonder who that could have been. Okay, here's an abutment to the footbridge. And here is the other side of it. And look at the pointing on that. That is absolutely stunning. Done by Scottish masons. Beautiful, beautiful pointing. Oh, look, it's my initial. Look at that giant tree. God dang it. It's getting rooty around here. Another little footbridge. More contemporary little footbridge, I should say. Again, a little creek you can't really see down in there. It goes under the bridge. Comes out the other side and drains into the canal. We're getting closer to the river. I can hear the water running. Oh, that feels so nice. You can see the water trickling under this bridge. You can see it flowing through here. I'm on a little footbridge. Get the root of this giant tree. It's crazy. That's amazing. This is a culvert. At several points along its path, the canal crossed natural streams flowing toward the river. To avoid damage to the fragile canal bed, the streams were channeled under the canal through culverts. This arch culvert consisted of a wing wall on the outside of both canal banks and an arched stone channel that passed under the canal bed through which the stream flowed. Portions of both the entrance and exit arch and wall still remain. If you look closely between them, you can see the foundation stones of the arc channel which carried water under the canal bed. That's amazing. Okay, we have made it out to the observation deck, which is absolutely beautiful. So way down there, you can see the rocky shoals spider lilies growing across the shallows of the rocky shoals all the way across this river. Now, a few years ago, this whole area that's just open water here was solid like it is, like you see across the way. And we're past our bloom time. Mid-May is the season. They have a festival out here. Let's see if I can lean against this post and try and zoom in and get you a picture of an actual spider lily. I know. Right there in the center is a spider lily. A Lily's last stand, Landsford Canal State Park, hugs the last free-flowing stretch of the Catawba River and includes the largest known stand of rocky shoal spider lilies. These tough plants, known for their spring blanket of white blooms, are named for the shallow rocky stretches of river they need to survive. As shoals such as this found along the Catawba have vanished primarily because of the damming of rivers, the rocky shoal spider lily likewise has become rare and endangered. The future of such unique habitats depends on their continued wise management by private, corporate, and public partners in conservation and preservation. These are what the lilies look like. It's really hard for me to get a good shot. And this is an overall view of the park and that lovely little ant that thought it would join us. Much of the free-flowing rocky shoal habitat along the Catawba River has been lost to hydroelectric dams built along rocky elevation drops to take advantage of the natural water power. The spider lily, Hymenocallis coronaria, found in South Carolina, Georgia, and Alabama, requires clean, free-flowing water with an uneven rocky bottom to root. Peak blooming occurs May through June. This is my dream. I've always said I wanted to be cremated and have my ashes scattered along the rocky shoal spider lilies out in the river. At home, I have a limited edition. I think there were only 100 prints made of this view across the river, but it is solid rocky shoal spider lilies all the way from bank to bank. And then up in the sky up there is this big, beautiful full moon. It's one of my favorite pictures. I will try to remember to include a shot here. Told you guys there were eagles out here. It says when people look for a home, one consideration is convenience to a grocery store. Bald eagles that nest here had something similar in mind: access to their favorite food, fish in the Catawba River. With keen eyes on a handy meal, they built their nest of sticks lined with moss and grass. Eagles mate for life, and this pair are permanent residents, opting not to migrate as others do. Since the mid-1990s, this female has laid eggs every February, and eaglets have fledged or learned to fly by late May. Watch these magnificent symbols of America, but respect the nest. It's their home. Let me get back here. I know you probably can't see, but in that opening there is a nest in the top of that tree, and there is an eagle in it right now. Wow. Amazing. Okay, we just hit the gift shop. I had a Coca-Cola. I haven't had a Coca-Cola since I was in Pinnaconda, India in 2017, and it was lovely. And now we're going to dig into a bag of snacks that we brought that consists of Persian cucumbers, beautiful big blackberries the size of my end of my thumb, and croissants, and some well water, some beautiful sweet well water. So that concludes our tour of Landsford Canal State Park. We had a wonderful day. We're hot, we're sweaty, we're hungry, and we're gonna chill, head home, find a Cracker Barrel to eat at on the way, and then I think we're gonna go home and get in the pool, because we know how to have a good time, right?
Woo woo!
Whoop whoop. Say hi.
Hi, I'm sweaty.
I know.
I'm sweaty.
Me
How are
too.
you?
So, with that being said, thank you for coming along. I hope you enjoyed this. We had a great time. It was a lot of fun. And I appreciate you coming. I appreciate your likes. I appreciate your comments, your subscribes. They're free for you to subscribe. It helps my channel. It helps my channel grow. And encourages me to do more videos. So please like, share, subscribe, all the good stuff. And with that, I will say, ciao for now.